Hi, this is Tom Brady with Vintage American Realty. Today we're going to go over an offer sheet, the components of an offer sheet. This is the company one, but you might use a different one. Make sure it's a non-binding one. The one that MLS gives you is binding. We don't want that one. We want non-binding, and let the attorneys look at it. Okay, it'll form the basis of the contract. So if you submit an offer sheet and then they count during that, you want to end up with the one that has the final terms that were accepted, okay, because that'll be the basis for the contract. So it's pretty self-explanatory. The date, name of the purchasers, name of the sellers. Name of the sellers you can get off the MLS listing. Towards the bottom it'll say owner. Okay, you can just put the last name, is fine. Okay, now the undersigned buyers offer to purchase real property owned by the seller located at. Put the address here and then put the MLS number in case there's a mistake somewhere. So you want to put the address and the MLS number. Okay, so now these are the terms. Okay, the purchase price, that's the total price of the offer that was accepted. Down payment at contract, this would also be called binder money. This is what they would stand to lose if they just walked away from the deal with no reason. Okay, so that's down at contract. When the buyers go to sign the contract, they'll bring their form of payment for the attorney, for the down payment at contract. Okay, cash at closing, that's the rest of the down payment. So the down payment is going to be these two, down on contract and cash at closing. That'll be the total down payment. Okay, so now if you take away the down at contract, cash at closing from the purchase price, you should end up with the amount of the mortgage. So conversely, if you add up the amount of the mortgage, the cash at closing, and the down payment, you should end up with the purchase price. So you want to just kind of check yourself, make sure your numbers are right. Okay. Now we get to the contingencies. This offer is subject to the following terms and conditions. So generally, you're usually going to put an inspection within 3 to 5 business days. And then let's say they have something to sell. You would put buyers need to sell their home to go forward, or some words to that effect. But any of the contingencies that you might have will go here, okay? This offer does not, that's the non-binding part that you want, constitute a formal contract and is not binding on either party and is subject to attorney review. A formal contract will be signed on or about. Now you can put ASAP here if you want to sense urgency and it's a hot house and you want to get a little advantage. Or you could put about 10 business days, about 2 weeks, okay? Generally, we put about 10 business days, just an approximation, doesn't really mean much. But again, you might want to put ASAP, okay? The proposed closing date, this is generally going to be about 60 days. If you have cash, maybe get 30, 45. Again, it's not going to be that accurate. It depends on the attorneys. Or again, you could put ASAP, okay? So generally be ASAP or 60 days, okay? Purchase price includes, this is the percentage commission payable to Vintage American Realty. Make sure you look in the MLS, see what they're offering out to buyers and brokers agents. Let's say you're a buyer's agent and they're not paying buyer's agents, they're only paying brokers agents. You want to settle that before you submit the offer, okay? So if they're only paying buyer's agents, broker's agents, and you're a buyer's agent, you want to get that settled with the listing agent in a text or an email so that you have proof that they are willing to pay you, okay, before you submit the offer, okay? So this you'll get from the MLS. It'll tell you how much they're paying. Okay, purchaser signature, seller signature, you're never going to get signatures, okay? Might be a rare exception, but in general, they're not going to sign anything, okay? Then it's just self-explanatory. You have the attorney for the purchasers, address, telephone, fax, email. Attorney for the sellers, address, telephone, fax, email. Selling agency would be us, Vintage American Realty. Selling agent would be you, your telephone number, fax, and email. Listing agency, of course, is the agency that listed it. The agent that has it listed, their telephone, their fax, email. So you're the selling agency. Okay, you'll see this in some other forms also. Okay, so that takes care of the offer sheet. You might be using a different one. It'll have the same components though. Okay, thank you for listening.